Hi, I'm Dave, and I am here at the my Project 944, 1983 Porsche 944, and my floor pan on the interior here had to get the seat out, and the rails were so rusted on that it just would not come out. So I had to resort to using a Sawzall and pretty much butchering the hell out of this the floor here. So, and then later on I had to kind of pry this thing up. So the task for right now is to see if I can cut out this piece of metal that I've destroyed, flatten it out somehow, and patch in a new one. All right, so that's the plan. All right, so I've got about 15-20 minutes of welding experience. It should be pretty good. And see what I can do here. Can't see anything. Oh, that's something. All right. So my first attempt at welding is it's not so good, but it's my first time and all that, so it's probably not going to be easy anyway. But I was trying to use flux core to weld this thin metal, and I've seen some people on YouTube do it. And they did all right. So, but these are professionals that they know that they are actual welders that know what they're doing. I do not, so I keep blowing holes through everything, no matter the lowest setting is possible, the slowest um, wire feed is possible, and it, makes us here's what I got. So this is what happened here. I mean, for one, when I cut this thing, I had a gap here, so doing that gap with, or closing that gap with the flux core is, um, I don't know, it's pretty difficult anyway, I think. Definitely for me. So, and it kept blowing these holes through it. And let me show some light here. All right, so I'm not sure if I can see this, but you got some tons of holes all through this. Not to mention that gap, but you got holes all through this. And what I tried to do here is to try to fix those holes when they popped up, and try to build up a bunch of stuff here, and it just looks all crappy. Just started to grind it down, and things just didn't really turn out so well. But so my consensus is, I believe this is not suited for flux core. So I'm gonna try the MIG weld. So I just set up the welder. The welder should do the MIG welding. Put some gas onto it. I'm going to give that a shot. So this is the first attempt at doing any kind of MIG welding. I'm not even, practicing. We'll just practice on the car, right? So anyway, see what happens. Hopefully I can fill that gap, and hopefully this will be easier. I don't know. I'm still putting it on the lowest setting, or whatever the settings that come with the welder. All right. Alright, so after some grinding, actually a lot of grinding, this is what I'm left with. I've got an even brighter light under there, so let's see it a little better. Of course, turn the lights off in here. See how bad it is. Alright, so here's a better look with the lights out, and how much, oh my god, I still apparently have a long ways to go here. I ground down a lot, but got lots of little holes. Lots of holes. Alright, back at it. Alright, so after several rounds of welding, grinding, creating little pinholes, finding the pinholes, welding the pinholes, grinding, making more pinholes, grinding again, welding and then grinding, several rounds of that, I finally come up with this, and I think it's going to be good enough. All right, so I'm going to put some seam sealer so it'll fill up any tiny little holes, because there are tiny little holes, and I can't seem to get rid of all of them. So anyway, that's just going to be the way it is. Like my dad said, it's not going on a space shuttle, son. Let's just get it done. All right, so that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to, from here, I'll just put that 415 seam sealer, kind of like I did with the battery tray, and fill all these little holes. I mean, it's under the carpet anyway. I mean, I'm being, kind of silly about this, I guess. So, anyway, that's what we are right now. And, oh, so from here, I got this thing done. And I'm going to, let's see, I need to cut this out, patch another spot right there with a nut. I'm going to drill a hole and put another nut in there so I can have a somewhere to mount that thing. And I've got the other here somewhere. It goes here, and of course I can't find it because I probably put it down somewhere. All right, so here it is here. This goes. It's going to go actually like this. I'm going to reshape this thing, cut this top off, and do the same thing over there. Put another piece of metal in here, tiny little piece of metal, drill a hole, and weld a nut in there. Yeah, that's the plan. Alright, so here's the piece cleaned up now. I'm going to have to cut a hole in there and try and get rid of this thing, and probably weld another nut in there somehow. Straightened it up as the best I could. And it's going to sit here somehow. I'm going to have to sort of measure things out or put the seat in and try and figure that out. While I was at it, I sort of clean this up. I'm going to do the same thing with this because I can't get this out. So I'll have to cut this part out, make a little thing, weld a nut in there, and I don't know, see what that yeah, it sounds like a good idea, but it's probably, yeah, I can do it. What the hell, I'll do it, I'll figure it out. It just takes time, right? So while I'm at it, let's just see what this looks like underneath the car. Let's probably see what this looks like. Oh, holy shit. Get some light here. Let's see here. Woof! That's a big light. There you go. That's what it looks like underneath, which is awesome. I got all these things in here, so I gotta figure. I don't know. I wonder if I should just weld it in here. No, I'm not gonna do that. I'm just gonna, well, grind this down, I think, or I don't know. I'll figure it out. I guess I should probably grind it down at least, and then probably put some seam seal or something in there. All right, so here this is, and well, you know, I tried. You know, I assume over time I'll get better at this, but yeah, it's a lot more difficult than I thought, but really not that bad. I mean, it's just all broken up. So I did backside too because I could, you know, because those holes. I created a little more holes, and I don't know. It wasn't horrible really, and I keep grinding it down, and I find more holes. If you look, you know, if you look through this thing, you know, you'll see tons of holes in there. I don't know if you can see that, but there's little holes in there, but you know, oh well. So I'm just going to put some seam sealer around it because, you know, I just want to, I don't know, it's probably not important at all, but it's better than what it was, I guess. Here's where it goes, and I'll put the seat in. I haven't done that side yet. I'll do that. Put the seat back in, mark where this lies, then tack it in place, and then weld it the rest of the way, or maybe just mark it and weld it. All right, so here is the floor after I put some Por-15 in it. And you can see I did some patching, the patch, Por-15 patch around that area there, this thing here, and this over here. I did put a coin in there because, you know, why not? I thought it was kind of cool. My dad used to collect coins as part of his thing. It's not really valuable or anything, so I just thought it'd be kind of cool. Anyway, what I want to do is get underneath that, this here, you know, because it was all rusty and stuff. So I cleaned it up as much as I could and vacuumed, and I treated it with the Por-15, and, you know, did the whole process with the marine clean and the prep and ready and all that stuff. So hopefully it's going to work all right. And so I need to, you know, do something under this. I'm just going to paint it. I'm not sure exactly what to do, but I'll just paint it, and I'll put the seat in. The next part, I'll put the seat in, tack weld where these are going to go. These, you know, the thing from here and here, and pull the seat back out, and weld those in best I can, and then just probably paint a Por-15 the rest of it and put another coat throughout the whole floor pan. I don't know what this is, but I'm gonna put the patch, Por-15 patch around there, and with the seam seal stuff, and be done with it. So the next thing I need to do is to see if I can get these rails off, and they are stuck on pretty good, and I'm going to probably have to cut them off. I do have some nuts here, or some bolts here I have access to, but I need to cut some access holes into the other ones. Let's see what I'm saying here. So I can get to these, all right, but I need to, because these aren't going to move, I need to cut and get access to these bolts on the other side of that, and hoping this little grinder thing I have, or this cutoff wheel, will do the trick. I don't know. This is kind of thicker than other stuff. I don't know where these bolts are. It's right up there. Yeah. rusty. What I have here is these rails I got on Amazon. They're cheapies. They're all I could really find, and it's something I just needed to be kind of flattened as possible, or as kind of low profile as possible. Some of them had a kind of high, they were higher up. So I don't know what these are supposed to go to, but there is nothing really that says it goes to the 944. But this, I thought I'd give it a shot. So anyway, getting these things on, and I'm not sure if this is in the right place. I'll try. I'm doing it with the slider thing on the bottom. I guess that's right. It makes sense to me. You don't want stuff to get in there, but maybe, I don't know. See what happens. So I got the screw here and a screw down in here. If I can see it or not down in there, but anyway, there's a screw down in here. And it was difficult to get to that one because this slider doesn't go all the way forward. You kind of have to get some needle nose pliers to kind of get in under there with the nut, and then use the Allen wrench to even it up. This anyway, or to tighten it. So this right here is what we have, and of course, this bar here, it doesn't secure to anything. It just kind of hangs on this thing. So I thought it'd be some way to keep this on here. And obviously this is too short, or too narrow, I could say. So this is too narrow. I'm just going to have to bend it out and see what I can do. Alright, so this is what I got. It was, it took a little bending, but it wasn't that difficult. I actually think it's designed to do that. You're supposed to bend it till it gets to the shape you need. So, and right here, it's weird that it's not doing anything, but that friction's actually, once it's bent out like that, I bent it enough that they stay in there pretty good. So hopefully they will be in there, good enough. And it doesn't have a lot of travel here, but as you can see, when you do this, it will slide back and forth. I probably have to grease it a little bit more. I'll definitely grease more, put more grease on it. And this side travels a little better. But anyway, this is probably a little dirtier for being in the car and all that. This was the one that was inside while I was doing all that grinding. So anyway, getting the nuts into here wasn't all that great, but it's, you wouldn't really, once they're in there, I guess. And I don't like the fact that, when you put it in the car, it's going to be underneath this thing. I can't really slide it out far enough to just put the bolt on. So it's probably not going to be easy to get in and out. Let me see. The back maybe I'll be able to, a little bit slightly easier. I'm not even sure where they're going to line up actually. I have no idea. So what I'm going to do is sort of set it in the car and see what it looks like. Alright, this is Dave, editing. Dave, sometimes I will edit in the car because it's nice and quiet in here. It's in the garage. Anyway, a few mistakes were made when I made these clips. When I recorded these clips, some mistakes were made, and one of them where I use this it's a 360 camera. It's kind of cool. It takes 360, but I just do 1/2 of that, and because it gets nice close shots and stuff, and it's just what I have. So, but anyway, there's a mode on here, and you can also start and stop from your phone, because there's an app, of course, and there's a mode where you could go into time lapse and other these different loads. And it's kind of easy to make that mistake, and I did it. I made the mistake. So anyway, throughout this video, you're probably going to see a couple of times I just left them in where I had some shots of doing certain things, and sometimes I was like explaining something or something, I was talking, and it's just over in 2 seconds because it's a time lapse. So anyway, that's why that's why this video kind of sucks. So alright, so anyway, onward. Alright, so here is the finished result of the passenger side floor pan. It's all pour 15 and patched, and hopefully it'll stay that way for a while. So now the test is, will the seat fit? So here at this point, I'm doing the driver's side, and I had that hole in the driver's side. So what I did is I took a 4x4 block and a jack, and I pushed it up. And when I did that, you know, the where it cracked, where the lines where it was open, kind of closed right up. So that was kind of nice, and then I was just able to weld them back together. Actually, technically, I could have done that on the passenger side. I didn't even think of that. I cut a hole in it. I'm sure somebody says, "Why did you do that?" And I don't know. I'm an idiot. I cut a whole hole, a square out of the passenger side, put a new patch of metal in there, and I really, you know, hindsight, I didn't have to do that. But I don't know. I guess you live and learn. At this point, I was getting a little better with the MIG welder, but I still had to do, you know, do a lot of grinding and whatnot. Alright, so here is what it looks like from underneath. You can see the cracks here. It goes around, it comes down here, and this one kind of splits off into a little spider kind of shape, I guess. And it comes down over to here. Anyway, yeah, I was hoping it would, you know, you get penetration through here, but you know, if I hold the if I hold it down long, it will burn through. So I don't want, there's a delicate balance, and probably a little experience and, you know, that I don't have. But so you can see what burned through here, and I spent some time building it back up. Right. So hopefully that'll be all right. And I'm just gonna put some of that seam sealer over this, cake it on as much as I can, and probably, you know, put some more undercoating on everything when that gets done. Here's what this one looks like over here, by the way. And good lord, that thing. So I probably used this as a jack point. I'm sure I did. I'm not sure if I should have or not. Maybe I shouldn't have, but I did, and it kind of crunched in. See that? So I'm gonna have to figure out how to pull that out as well. Now, go back up here. Here's what I got from the top, and it's you know, I thought about grinding them back down. I might put some more here, I guess. I don't know. But if I grind them all back down, but it's under the carpet, it doesn't really matter that much. And this is what happened when I ground last time. This has got in the way and almost broke my spring. Hopefully that'll be all right. And yeah, that's just the way it's going to be. Oh, I forgot about this. I got to do this too. All right. And here's the one. Can't really see very well. It's kind of dark, but that's the that what I think was a jack point, but maybe it's not. So anyhow, I'm gonna keep on. Okay, So now I'm in the footwell here, and you see this thing here is popped up. This is going to be, oh, probably a bunch of fun. I'm not actually sure what I'm going to do with it, but find out. Start by, see if I can pound that thing down a little bit. Oh my god. That thing is horrible. I don't even know what to do with it. Huh. There's a piece ripped up here. That's ripped up. I wonder if I could pop it up somehow. There. That looks like it somehow belongs in that area. Alright, I'm going to have to scrape all this crap off of here. All this stuff. Alright. Oh, what's going on here? Alright. All that stuff here. Okay, I think I'm okay. Okay. I'm just going to beat this down with a hammer. And I've got problems here. I'll have to remove all this crap. And hopefully this thing will line up for me. Okay, this is okay here. Over here. This thing needs to come down. I'll beat this part right now. Alright, so after banging a little bit and sort of manipulating this stuff as much as I can, I've got to this point, and I still have a good ways to go. So this, I don't even know what I'm going to do here, but just try to keep at it, and then just weld the hell out of it, and hope it works. All right, once all the welding was done, I started doing the sound deadening stuff, which is KillMat. I use KillMat to sound deaden. I put the sound deadening on down. Okay, so here is the driver's side floor pan. As right before I'm going to paint it with some Por 15 or put some Por 15 on there. I did some patch, Por 15 patch around here, so that's fine. And I did make another one of these guys, because this thing rotted out. So I made another one of these with a piece of metal. Hopefully that'll, you know, fit in there. And also going to do the same thing on this side. You know, why not have a coin? I put a thing on here so it would look a little better, but yeah, that's the plan. So anyway, so this is this side, and I'm gonna put some Port 15 on here, and then after it, I will do the seam seal. And on this side, this is the part that gave me the most trouble, and to be honest, it still is kind of trouble. And that is, you know, I put another piece over here, welded it in, put some Port 15 patch, which is really hard to find these days. I know it's sold out everywhere, but I think it's kind of good stuff so far. I can't complain. I do have this hole here, which I was going to put another piece of metal and weld in, but I'm just going to, you know, seam seal the hell out of that, and hopefully that'll be good. And so I also noticed here, I pulled up half of this. This stuff got kind of tough, but this side was kind of peeling up, so I just went ahead and peeled it up. I wanted to see what was underneath it, and it's fine. This is perfect, actually. It's really good. But I'm not going to, I don't think I need to 415 this, but I'm going to do that patch over there. I'm also going to do this pedal, because I tried to, you know, the nuts on the back of the pedal. Let's see if I can get in there. Probably not, but anyway, there's nuts back there somewhere, and they're not easy to get off anymore. And I'm not going to. I put a little effort into it, and I'm not going to put any more. I'm just going to pour 15 all around it, and hopefully it'll be fine. If ever it breaks or I need to replace this thing, I'll just, oh, it's still wet, damn it. I gotta fix that. Anyway, if this ever needs to be replaced, I'll probably have to cut it out and grind it down to the metal and replace those studs, because those are completely rusted. I will have to fix this. I will have to make sure there's no water though. That I will do. All right, underneath here, if I can get here, see, underneath, now this is kind of a source of, oh, good Lord, all right, underneath here, this thing here has, I welded around certain spots here, and then I put some Port 15 patch around it, but didn't finish it all, and there's still a bunch of holes here. There's a hole here and a hole here, and it got, you know, mangled stuff here. This thing, I don't know. I really don't know what to do with it. Right now, I'm just going to just kick it down the road, because I'm not going to worry about it. And eventually, I might just fill it with enough, you know, seam sealer or something, and I'll be done with it. I'll probably see if this, because I use this as a jack point. I thought this was a jack point, but I don't know if it is or not, to be honest. But I will try to jack it up on this point here. If it still sort of moves around or something, maybe I'll put some more metal in here. So one thing not really sure what to do. If water gets up in there, so if I close all this stuff up, and somehow, if I might, you know, if I can close that stuff up with some metal and weld it in, then I'll have voids in there. If water gets in those voids, I mean, it's probably gonna rust, right? So shouldn't I just leave the hole for it to drain? But you know, honestly, I really have no idea. So I'm just going to sort of mull over this for a little bit and not worry about it for now. So if anyone has any ideas what to do with this mess, I guess I could cut this whole thing out and put one from another car or something, but I don't know. I'm not worried about that too much. That's a little bit too much work for me, but I don't know. Maybe I'll throw some metal patches in there and just weld them in. You know, I don't put a whole big cover over top of the whole thing, weld it up, put a drain hole in it. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about it right now. We'll move on, and again, I'll kick this can down the road, and maybe later on I'll figure this out. But for now, that is what it is. So here's the other side. Go around it a little bit. All right. I think that's it. My next thing is to paint. All right, so at this point, I did paint, and I didn't video it or just it didn't turn out right or whatever. And you can see I put some KillMat here, and the quick little shots here is of the carpet. And what I did with the carpet is I used the same carpet. It came out. I was going to buy a new carpet, but I was like, well, I think I could deal with this one. And I just used some 3M dye, I think, and it was pretty good stuff. Sprayed it and did a few coats of that, and I think it came out pretty good. Now you'll notice that there are, well, maybe I don't know if you can, it's too quick, but let's see if there was a few patches I had to do on the bottom of it, and there's some holes here on the bottom, and so I took it like a rug, sort of a mat really, or like a rubber mat that had sort of a rug type stuff to it on it, and I just contact cement glued it on there, and hopefully that turned out okay. Alright, also with the sound deadening, which is shown here, I thought about reusing it, but this is kind of old and crappy, so I used it as a template, and I used some other matting, and it came from Speedway Motors, but so I got this stuff. I think it probably got on Amazon probably, and it turned out pretty good. Here's a quick shot of it in place. So there's my son there, and he helped me out with it, and we put the once that was in, we then put the carpet in. Alright, so now the carpet is in, and I couldn't be happier about that. Underneath that you got the insulation and the KillMat, the sound deadening, and so the holes are patched up for the most part. One of the jack point piece, whatever that is, I'll have to figure out what to do with that. If or maybe not. I don't know. But anyway, all right, that's a wrap. Thanks a lot. Appreciate you watching. And this is a long one, and it's got some messed up parts, but I'll try to be better next time. Thanks.